Hello, vinyl collectors, music lovers. Uncle Roddus here with another video. It's been a little while since my last one. Things are very slow at the moment. Work is very slow at the moment, which unfortunately means that the vinyl buying is very slow at the moment. I've had to really scale back things, unfortunately, yeah. And I'm not saving any money. This is really bad. Our government is just gutting this country at the moment, and thousands of people are getting laid off from all the government services, and a lot of people, a lot of tradies running out of work. Not all of them, obviously. Some are lucky enough to keep going, but that's really dead out here. And yeah, we're just ticking over, really. Turn that down so you can hear me. But I did manage to pick up some recent records. I picked up a New Zealand one, which I'll show later, when I ordered some more inner sleeves from up north, and just to make sure I got free postage, because the sleeves are quite heavy, a pack 100, and they cost quite a bit to get postage. So if I spend $100 or more, I get free postage. So I bought a record as well. Last weekend we went into town to do a bunch of chores, and on our travels, we were just by the new JB Hi-Fi shop in the South City Mall, and so my wife wanted to go and have a look at the DVDs. I was trying not to go into a record shop. Anyway, but we went in there, and lo and behold, they had a whole bunch of reduced stock in the cheapy bins. So, these shops basically, if they can't sell a product, they'll whack it down half. These were pretty much half price from their, or close to half price, some of them, to their stickers, their full price sticker price. It's really great for me. I mean, I'm not prepared to pay the full price for some of these records because they're just a little bit expensive. But here we go, is another Tone Poet. So I picked up two Tone Poets, not half price, but bloody, right down there. I mean, I paid just $42 for this. Now, the Tone Poets here, the full price ones are over $100, and these are fantastic records, but I'm not paying $100 for a single LP. Fuck that, I can't afford that sort of amount of money. It's bad enough having to pay nowadays $60 to $80 for some of the stuff. And again, with the Blue Note stuff, I love some Blue Notes. I love the Blue Notes. I've got lots of great Blue Notes, and the reissues are really great, but I just wait till I pick them up on sale. So I've done pretty well out of JB this year and late last year with the Blue Notes. So I would have made some videos with some other Blue Notes that I've picked up. The problem I see is that if they're getting in the Blue Note stuff, reissues and the Tone Poets, but are not selling them and then having to reduce them to sell them, which basically means they're probably going to stop stocking them. But I don't know that for sure. I don't know what their sales are like around the rest of the country. I mean, there were a bunch of other Blue Note stuff in that same shop last time at full price. I don't know if they've moved those or if they've moved those on and sold them or whatever. But anyway, so hopefully I'll just have to keep buying them up when I can afford to and when they are available. So this is Dr. Lonnie Smith, and this is a very recent Blue Note release. Actually, it first came out only in 2018, and of course this is 2020 reissue, Tone Poet reissue. And then the other one I got, the other Tone Poet, and where is it? For God's sake, I haven't got these in any sort of order. Why can't I find it? There we go. The other Tone Poet is, and this one was even cheaper. This one I definitely paid a half price for. McCoy Tyner's Tender Moments, originally 1968. This is a 2020 Tone Poet reissue. The gatefold, obviously. I love these. The lovely packaging, and these are beautiful records, and they sound fantastic. So, you know, like I say, I'm not paying $100 for the bloody things, but you know, and not all the tone parts are great jazz records. I've had a couple which I'm a bit ambivalent about. They're pretty cool, but they're not great. Anyway, the rest of the Blue Notes I picked up on sale there. Basically, got them for $30 each. And now, in some of the other shops and in JB, these are retailing for $65 to $70. Brand new reissues, and these are the classic vinyl series, or the 80th. They start off as the 80th anniversary series, so just from the last few years. Horace Silver Quintet, 6 pieces of silver, originally released in 1956. I haven't played this one yet, actually, so this is quite an earlier Blue Note from the 50s. I've got a few other silvers. I had to look up these in my jazz book, my Penguin Jazz book, my guide, and these are all reasonably well reviewed records. So yeah, pretty cool. The next one is a Joe Henderson record in an Urge. This one's originally came out in 1965. Yep, again, I haven't actually played that one yet either. Just finished cleaning them this morning. This one here, another Joe Henderson, page 1. I believe this was his first solo his first record as a leader. Kenny Dorham's on it, McCoy Tyner. So it's a pretty good lineup. Butch Warren on bass and Pete La Rocca on the drum. So that's a pretty good lineup. This originally came out in 1963. This one, unfortunately, or not, mate, we'll see yet. I actually picked this one up and I already had a copy. I didn't realise I'd forgotten I had a copy of it. So again, this is the classic vinyl series reissue from 2021, originally released in 1962. I picked up a 2015 reissue, so actually be interesting to have a listen to them, an A/B comparison, because this is obviously these are the master from the original analog tapes by Kevin Gray, which is also the same as the Tone Poets. So theoretically, these should sound just as good as the Tone Poets. The only difference is the Tone Poets are in thicker packaging, gatefolded. So, you know, to be honest, there's not a lot of difference there, I believe. Who knows? The last one I picked up, a Frickle Sonnets, a Jackie McLean from 1962. Was it this one I listened to? This one? Yeah, it was this one. This is a beautiful record. I really enjoyed this one. More so than some of the others. Yeah, really, this one stood out for me. Particularly Subdued, which is actually a reasonably subdued track, but his Jackie's his alto playing is beautiful on that. I really, really enjoyed the subtle sounds he was doing. So yeah, that one kind of stuck out for me in my mind. And finally, the New Zealand one I picked up, kind of quite related to what I'm playing in the background at the moment. I picked up the Pitch Black reissue, Future Proof. Now, I think this was their very first album released back in 1998. I actually have this on CD. This is the only Pitch Black I'd had on CD, album I'd had. Never really got around to picking up any of their other stuff. It's one I've not played a lot, but it's actually pretty good. This is a double LP reissue of that CD. This is like the third album of theirs that's been reissued for the first time on vinyl. So yeah, they weren't available on vinyl beforehand. And playing behind me, and I forgot to grab the cover, is another New Zealand electronica sort of, again like this, it's a double LP reissue, I guess. I don't know whether it ever originally came out on vinyl I think I might have got a repress because it was around. It came out and I never got around to picking up a copy. I just didn't have. There was so many other stuff I was picking up at the time, so I never got around to picking up a copy. So I was lucky to find it in a shop. So I think it got repressed because it did sort of sell out fairly quickly. So yeah, so that's my lot for a while. Unless work fucking picks up again soon, might not be any more records coming in for a bit. But we'll see, we find ways, don't we? Anyway, all right. Well, happy vinyl hunting, people, and you'll probably get to see this video in the next decade. I finally get around to posting it. Okay, cheers. Thank you.